Morning, everybody. It's the 16th of July. We're Signal Centre talking ball. Usual crew, myself, Joe, Ian, and Steve. How are we doing, gents?
All
All
good.
right. I nearly
You?
didn't come because I didn't see the link in Telegram.
Oh, no. Let me do that now.
That's
I thought
right.
he was going to say he nearly didn't come because of the football yesterday.
But I tell you what, I watched a little
We
bit of it. I didn't watch it all.
absolutely robbed you.
I know it was, wasn't it? I watched the first half and I thought, obviously Liverpool just a couple of bad errors, but and then the second half I was just watching it on text really, just on the commentary, and it just like sounded like the same in the second half. We were sort of all over you, but just couldn't
I
score.
think I
But I
saw
think,
you had 23 shots or something, and we had three.
oh really?
And
Dear, oh dear.
31% possession.
But
It was a proper robbery.
yeah, it's just not being clinical again, Klopp said at the weekend. He said just not clinical enough. I think everyone looks at it
Doesn't
a
matter,
little
does
bit.
it?
No, it doesn't. But it's a bit annoying.
Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, let's get back onto the markets. More chop, 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 chop in
Yes.
markets. It would seem really difficult, I think, at the minute for anybody participating in the market to try and make much sense of, and yeah, challenging. Anything that you guys have seen on the charts that you want to highlight or
Wedges,
use?
wedges everywhere.
Let me show you.
Yeah.
Oh, you got your charts there, Steve. You need to share yours. Let's
Oh,
add it into the stream. There you go, Ian.
Aussie dollar, wedge, potential wedge. Let's have a look. The mighty CAC, a wedge. We've got resistance up here, 5165. S&P, which you highlighted yesterday, another wedge. Sterling yen, expanding wedge. New Zealand yen, expanding wedge. All these wedges, by the way, we're sort of going through
it
them.
reminds me of when I was at school and everyone used to wedgie me. I was just a little kid that was picked on.
Oh, I'm sorry, Steve. It's bringing back bad memories.
Bad memories.
So yeah, all these wedges have a bias to break to the downside. But like we say, dips continue to find buyers. So
Yeah,
it's a bit confusing at the moment.
Indeed.
I think you need to get a decent breakout. But
Well, equities on the back foot again today. This is FTSE 100. So we saw
everyone in today, Stevie.
I know. I tell you what,
They're just spinning around in the back.
seen the dogs,
Yeah,
the
we
dogs
saw
are
the
just
dogs.
sitting there waiting to be.
Yeah, they're chilling out as well. Yeah.
So FTSE yesterday, we made a marginal new high above that swing high that we saw back on the 7th of July, but then that was backed up with a pretty sharp bearish engulfing candle at 4 o'clock yesterday.
What chart's that? No, is
That's
that
the
the
FTSE
hour?
100.
Is that the hourly chart? Oh, the 4-hour chart looks a lot more. There's a lot more info in there. I've got that up on my screen.
Oh, you can show us
you
that
carry
one
on
in a minute.
talking. You carry on talking.
So we're a bit lower again this morning. We had the UK employment data out this morning, which showed the unemployment rate held at 3.9% for June. But with the furlough system still in place, it's likely that the true number is much higher. The loss of 649,000 jobs between March and June points towards a truer picture for UK employment scenario. More data out yesterday with regards to infections as well. I think that came out around about 4 o'clock European time, UK time, which is why we saw that bit of a sell-off there. Florida increased just over 10,000 from 9,261 the previous day. There was some data to suggest that the curve was flattening a little bit. But California also recorded their second highest daily increase on record, and there was evidence that the underlying consumer spending in the area was slowing. So, coupled with the fact that there was some news out with regards to vaccines, that is obviously keeping people interested in markets and keeping people interested in risk assets, I guess. But yeah, challenging, as we said. Ian, you touched upon the CAC there. You know, you can see the move high there above that swing high from the 6th of June, but all being rejected. Really powerful reversal there on the hourly chart yesterday at 4 o'clock. And similar scenes on the DAX. Anything you're looking at, Steve? You want to show us that 4-hour chart?
Yeah, there's just a 4-hour chart on the.
Oh, yeah, look at that.
you know, highlights this area of resistance around about, like you mentioned, the 63.20 area. I mean, we sort of, if we scroll out a bit more, like Ian said, it's like you know, there's a wedge here. Let's look at the weekly chart. You can see the spikes in both directions. Just,
I mean, that's awful, isn't it? Last 4 weeks.
yeah, I mean, you can't get any sort of trade on it. It's almost, you know, for when you're analysing charts and looking at trade ideas, obviously, the time frame we have to look at nowadays because of algorithms in the and bots that trade the markets. We've got to look at a slightly longer time frame, but these longer time frames aren't sort of having any follow through. So you're getting the 1 hour, the 4 hour charts that people look at, even the daily charts. They're just not getting the follow through, which is making it very, very difficult for day traders and swing traders. So yeah, a bit frustrating from that perspective. Euro sterling, which I've been looking at over the last few days, we've sort of like negated the head and shoulder pattern. It reached target, didn't get anywhere near it, and it's come back above the neckline and it's breaking higher. But we did get quite a nice, we did get a nice sort of like evening star reversal formation here, and it's coming back up to that level. So there'll be a little bit of resistance, but I'm sort of thinking on a really short-term time frame, you've got this the drive higher, the correction maybe ABCD, and then the move up towards the highs again. Yeah, copper rejected the 230 level that we talked about the other day. Yesterday we were buying the 290 dip. There was a chart I showed. I was a little bit peeved with cable yesterday. I was looking to sell at 126.50. The high was 126.49.2 or something, and it was offered above 126.50 on the spread, but didn't trigger. So I was really disappointed that posted a lovely bearish outside bar on the 4 hour candle. That would have been a nice return yesterday, but we can't take it because we're at exact levels. So shame. I was going to sort of like try and like sneak that one in, but I searched high and low across all brokers. No one gave me a 126.50 bid that I could sort of like claim. So yeah, shame about that. Silver, little bit of a sell-off, but again, looking to buy dips on that, along with gold. Was, you know, continue to look for that sort of safe haven asset to for when things do turn a bit nasty. VIX is down below 30 again, which 30 seems to be the sort of like line in the sand, the sort of like you know. So anyway, that's about it. Nasdaq again, I was sort of like
well, tech actually lagged a little bit yesterday, I think.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, it sort of didn't quite do. I mean, we did okay on the intraday trade. We looked to buy at 10,600, and it sort of closed a little bit higher than that, 10,700, I think, at 9 o'clock. So that was okay, but looks a little bit under pressure, along with after the rejections on these 4 hour candles on all the equity indices. That's it.
Lovely.
Cool. Okay, I guess we can move on to the gun to the head trades yesterday then.
1-1, Stevie.
Is it? Did we both win?
Pick 3 trades as usual. With the gun to the head, we have to make a call there and then. And yesterday, Ian and Steve both went on Euro Yen. Steve was buying it at 122.4 and Ian was selling it at 122.43. Slightly better entry for Ian there. Which worked in his favour nicely with a 0.96R win on
Can't see it, Joe.
At
can't see
9 o'clock. There we go.
Yeah, nice one,
0.96R win. Steve and myself were stopped out, so 1.04R loss overall yesterday between us.
So we're 1-1 now.
Yeah.
Too crazy.
We've got to go for
the Euro sterling one.
Yeah, we have to go for the big one today.
Good. Go on in. Who's got one?
I don't know. Whatever. I'll do the opposite here. Whatever it is.
Right. I'm going to show 4 time frames on this one. I think they're quite interesting. This is euro dollar. Obviously ECB today. Widely expected to do bugger all, but the focus will be on the statement at 1:30 UK time. This is the monthly chart. So you've got this massive range. I think it was 860 ticks or something ridiculous. from March, and then all this price action. Although you have seen a move to the upside, it stayed within this quite dominating candle. If we go to this chart, which is the weekly chart, here we can see we've rejected this trend line at 114.20. The support all the way down here, which I think over a medium term call you might focus on. Daily chart, it's a doji with divergence, so the chart makes a higher high. Oscillator, in this case the RSI, relative strength index, makes a lower high, often indicates the end of a trend or the start of a new downward bias. If we get a move and close below 113.43 today, that will be an evening doji star, and that often again indicates the top of a trend. If we go to this time frame, I think we're making a bearish head and shoulders pattern of some sort of form, left shoulder, head, maybe just coming up again to here to form a right shoulder. So that's got a measured move target if it breaks of 113.40. So I think short term and medium term it's looking quite good, but it's obviously extremely high risk with I didn't go all the way down here since it's ECB. It's obviously extremely high risk because it's ECB. 114.09 short, targeting 112.55 with a stop at 114.52.
Lovely.
Excellent.
So there's also a chat about the EU Recovery Fund, which is bubbling on in the background. There were comments yesterday from the French officials that they believe a deal can be reached by the end of this week. So that's why we've seen the euro a little bit stronger over the last couple of days, and the dollar slipping off. So
yeah, wasn't it France and Italy that were sort of being a bit? There was four, wasn't there? Four members, the pesky four,
it seems
that were
like
pissing about.
Getting a deal done between all of them is still going to be a challenge. So you're going to continue to hear those rumours about things getting closer, but it doesn't appear like they're that close. Although as I said, French officials are saying it could be happening this week, but we'll have to wait and see. Any news out to say that there's any issues with that, then that's going to work out nicely in your favour. So I think that's looking all right.
Me.
Oh, all right.
Buying euro-dollar.
No, actually, I'm going with you on this. That was my. Sorry, I just moved it. I've just moved the chart. My trade idea today is selling a break of 13.75 or 13.80. Sorry, can't remember. So I completely agree with what Ian's analysis was. It looked a little bit prettier than mine did for the intraday trade I did today, but I agree with him. I'm going to go more aggressive with it. What's it trading now? 14.07. I'm going to go really aggressive. So beware of this.
I'm going for 500R.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah, going for the same sort of thing. Maybe not quite as aggressive on the target. You know how I like to round these things up. On 13.07 target, 114.27 stop. I'm just taking the last few hours into consideration. The high we've had in the last 12 hours is 114.18, if I'm correct on this. Might be talking rubbish, but yeah, I'm going to put the stop at 114.27, getting short of 114.07, targeting 113.07. So I'm going the same way as Ian. So
Lovely.
You
Definitely
all know,
good luck.
do not sell euro dollars today.
Got to be in it to win it. Blah blah blah.
I'm going 5 to 1.
Short of, well, maybe I think I'm going the opposite direction to you. I'm going long of Aussie dollar. This is the daily chart. So this is from the lows that we saw back in March. There's been obviously this huge risk-on rally that continues to play out. The price action in the shorter term, as we can see, has been forming a bit of a wedge, as Ian touched upon, all in here. But based on the strength of the underlying trend, I think there is a chance that we could get a breakout on that one. So this is the intraday charts, the hourly chart, bit of a messy one. We saw this sideways price action over the last few days or so. We saw a break above. Arguably, this is a bit of a retest lower. I've drawn the line actually based on the close of the candles rather than the wicks, because that doesn't look as good when I'm trying to justify it as a support. So Going to buy it here at 69.94. Looking ideally for it to break out of this sort of consolidation wedge here and hopefully then push higher. So going to target a move to 70.50, placing a stop loss below the lows that we've seen over the last couple of hours at 69.80. So just under 4R on that
That's
one.
ridiculous. Trading with a trend. What's the matter with you?
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Sorry about that.
There's
guys.
a big wedge. There's a big fib there. Big daily fib.
Yeah,
At what,
quite
the
possibly.
target?
161.8%.
On the daily.
If you want it, I've got them on my screen. If you.
Oh, you've got a unicorn pattern there.
Right,
That's
anyway,
A
comes to my head,
unicorn.
and that's what I've chosen.
It's a new
Very
one.
good.
Okay, so data-wise today, Ian, you touched upon the fact that we have ECB out at 12:45. No change expected. Obviously, keep an eye on the press conference. We've then got initial jobless claims, retail sales, and Philly Fed index all coming out at 1:30 in the US. So a trio of data points coming out there to be wary of. And aside from that, we have earnings season continuing. So if you're trading stocks or if you're looking at any of the US indices, we have numbers from Microsoft, Bank of America, Johnson & Johnson, and Netflix. So we could see some big
games.
moves there.
Yeah, just finished watching Ozark on Netflix, actually.
Yeah,
It's mega, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
next
great.
season underway apparently.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hope there's social distancing.
yeah, of course. Right, should we wrap it up there, guys?
Yeah, wrap it up there.
Yeah. Have a good
Lovely.
one.
Have a good day,
Yeah.
guys. Speak to you
Cheers,
soon.
guys.
Cheers.
Bye.
Thank you.